All right, we are here at the Tat Chat podcast studio, and I am here with...
I am Aaron Riddle.
Okay, what's your Instagram, and where do you work at?
Aaron Riddle Tattoos. That's AARONRIDDLE. I have a private studio downtown.
Okay. Oh, yeah, downtown Phoenix, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, right downtown, man. I'm right off Grand Avenue.
What type of tattoos do you do? How long you been tattooing? Just kind of like a rundown about who you are so people who are listening kind of get a general gist.
Yeah, man. I mean, I kind of do a little bit of everything. I think people most know me for like neo-traditional.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I'd say I probably got most known for like doing like those red face like lady tattoos.
100% how I know you. I won't even lie. That's literally 100% how I know you.
Yeah.
So if I've seen your
absolutely.
tattoos, that's pretty much what it's been.
But it's funny because like I actually prefer to do like Japanese and like black work.
Interesting.
You know?
Okay.
Yeah, man. Yeah, so like I'd say the majority of what I want to tattoo and like what I draw is completely different than like what is like on my Instagram and like what I actually get to tattoo.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You're not in the point where you're like, you know what, fuck that. I'm only doing what I want.
Well, I mean, I try to, you know, but it's like my clients though, dude, I swear to God, man, like it's weird. It's like I love my clients. I have a lot of really good clients, but then I also have a lot of clients who are like, yo, like I just want to get tattooed. I know you do good tattoos. I know you're going to do a good job on this because, you know, you used to do tattoos like on my friends or like somebody that I saw. That's what I want. And I've been trying to figure out this whole like booking thing, right? Where it's like, you know, like nobody really tells you like what happens like when you start to like not necessarily blow up, you know, but like, you know, like you go from being just like a walk-in tattooer then to somebody who's booked out for 3 months. And then it goes from 3 months to a year, you know? And then so it's like you're planning out your entire year and the pieces you're trying to do for 1 week. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like January 1st, it's like, okay, we're taking all of this and then that's the year.
Yep.
You know? And then you get into it, right? I never like to do consults and that's probably my fault, you know? Like I fucking hate doing consults, you know?
You're like, I don't want to fucking talk about it. I just want to do this shit.
Yeah, I just want to fucking do it. I don't want to do consults, you know, and that's definitely my fault.
Do you want me to adjust your mic? Or is it good? You chilling?
Yeah.
Sounds good. Okay, I just wasn't sure if it was too low for you.
Oh,
shit,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? You good?
Yeah, I think it should be good, man.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
That sounds good. I just want to make sure you're comfy. You know what I'm saying?
No, we're good, man. But yeah, dude, like, it's one of those situations where it's been a learning curve, right? Where I had that mentality of you got to take everything that comes through the door, right? Like it's very much like this kind of like traditional tattoo mentality of like your people come to you, you do tattoos, plain and simple. And even though like I've been a lot more selective on what I tattoo, the problem is like in the moment, I might be like, yeah, dude, like that fucking Disney tattoo sounds cool. I'll do a good job at that, you know? But then 8 months later, it's like,
damn, why did I say I did yes to that shit?
Why? You know, and sorry to whoever gets Disney tattoos, you know? Like I'm sure.
Hey, man, people, you are not going to say anything more offensive than I'm going to say every single episode. So you're totally fine. Say what you want, say how you feel, everything.
Yeah. But yeah, dude, and so what ends up happening, man, is about 90% of the tattoos that I end up booking, I try to draw them things that I like, the things that I want to do, and they're like, nah, that's not going to happen, you know?
Yeesh.
So then you got to travel, you know? And so that's where it's like I've been trying to do this, like, total career switch to where what people maybe know me for originally it might not be what I'm doing in the next year.
Okay.
You know? And so that's, like, the process that I'm in right now is, like, I do a lot of tattoos I don't post. I got a lot of, you know, things in progress that I'm trying to build up to where when I do make this like total fucking like 180 switch, you know, it'll be streamlined.
It'll fucking hit you in the face.
Yeah, and people be like, okay, cool, this is what the dude's trying to do.
Okay, makes sense.
Yeah, and you know, so it's a bit of a struggle. But I had a client the other day who was like, yeah, like what kind of tattoos do you like to do like the most, you know? And I'm doing like a swan tattoo on her, you know, like this pretty swan, and I was like, I don't know. I like to do like
not swans.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah. It was it was a cool tattoo, you know. But I'm like, yo, like I want to do sci-fi tattoos. And she's like, fucking sci-fi, what? You know? And I'm like, yeah, dude, like sci-fi and like Japanese shit, you know, like biomech stuff, you know. And she's like, what? She's like, I never would have thought about that. Like, she's like, I never would have looked at your work and thought that that's something that you would want to get into. And it's like, yeah, dude. So we gotta, you know, make some changes here. You know? So yeah. So I guess, you know, in a roundabout way, I'm known for doing like lady faces.
Yeah.
You know, but that's
not necessarily what you want to do.
that's not what I want to do.
If anything's going to be a platform to start that process,
yeah,
you're here. So people who are listening, stop getting lady faces.
well, no, hold on. It's not that I don't want to do lady faces. Like doing lady faces, right? I just don't want to do the same fucking one.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
the
saying?
red on the top.
Yeah, just don't want to do the same one over and over, right? It's like so easy as a tattooer to get kind of like you do a tattoo that like blows up or whatever.
Yep,
like
that's your niche.
That's it, right?
Yep.
Yeah, like I did one tattoo in 2016 on my friend's hand, and it was that tattoo. Like it was in like Ink magazine, dude. It fucking got like reblogged by like all the shit, you know, back in the day when like you get reblogged on like Tattoo Snob and like it meant something.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? And it was that piece, right? Everybody just wanted to redo that piece, and it was like, okay, cool. Like I really like that.
Yeah.
You know, but there was like all this other stuff that like I also like to do. Like when I got into tattooing, I was like a traditional tattooer. You know, like I'm from like the South Side area of Chicago, right? So, you know, like all the old school like Timmy Tats, you know, Amin Dietzel, like in Milwaukee, you know, like all these like old school, very classical, you know, tattoo masters was kind of like what everybody in the area was about. And I loved that stuff. Absolutely loved it. But as I got better at drawing and I progressed more, started to branch out more as a tattooer, it's like that shit slowly started to kind of to change, right? So even though in my mind I still think of myself as like a traditional tattooer, my work don't look traditional.
Yeah.
You know?
I would, if someone asked me what you did, I would, I honestly, I kind of go more towards like because you do switch it up sometimes, but I would say like closer to like almost like a neo-realistic kind of style, like not even necessarily neo-traditional by itself, but like you kind of do like a neo-realism. That's the way I took it.
Yeah, absolutely, you know, but it's like, I don't want to.
Yeah. I was talking to someone else on this podcast, and I was telling them something because they were saying the same thing.
Yeah.
They were saying that they were doing tattoos kind of often that they didn't necessarily want to do. So that's what I told him. Everyone takes it and, you know, take what you want as you please. But pretty much what I told him to do was take off or archive everything on his Instagram that he doesn't want to do. Archive it. So you don't delete it. You know what I mean? You might still want it one day, but archive it. So that way on your Instagram, it only shows black and gray portraits that you've done, for instance.
Yeah.
So when people start looking at your page, even if they know you for something else or they've seen you for something else, they're like, okay, clearly this is what he wants to do. This is where he's headed. This is what he wants to do. So maybe your route is literally just limiting your fucking Instagram to only what you want to do. Simple as that.
Yeah.
It could hit you like you already have appointments, right? You already booked pretty far. Not saying don't do those, but by the time those are completed, now you're running into the clients that have seen what you want to be doing. You know what I mean? Sometimes it just takes that switch, dude, just to pretty much rub it in someone's face. Like, yo, I'm doing this from now on. So, you know, however many months you're booked in that time frame, that's all you get.
Oh, yeah, that's it.
Now I'm moving along. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So maybe just a little cleanse of your social media might be fucking the way to go.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be a big purge, man. I think come January 1st, you know, it's like I'm making a lot of changes, you know? Because it's like, yeah, dude, like, this should be what we make of it. Like, honestly, like,
100%.
like I do this because I fucking love it. I should be 100% in love with every single thing that I'm doing.
100%.
And if I'm not, it's like I'm just at a point where I don't care. You know?
I tell the same story to literally every single person I talk to if it gets brought up. I was at a seminar, and someone said a comment, and it literally, I always thought it, but I never really like thought about it in that way. But she pretty much was like, if you tattoo what you want to tattoo, how you want to tattoo it, act the way you want to tattoo, the people who don't like those tattoos, don't want to be like that, don't want to be part of it, they won't be around, which means that all the tattoos you do, all the people that are around you, everything is exactly what you want.
Yeah.
So sometimes it takes literally you being like, if you don't fuck with me, you don't like the tattoos I'm doing, then like go fuck yourself. But then you find yourself way more mentally happy because you're only doing what you fucking want, not trying to people please.
Yeah. Well, yeah, man. And, you know, there's like this internal struggle, right? Where it's like, you know, like a part of me, don't get me wrong. It's like, yeah, man, I want to be able to offer a service, right? There's always like that. There's always going to be that part of me that's like it takes two people to make this work, right?
Yep,
like
100%.
there's me, then there's the client, right?
Yep.
And obviously the client has to get what they want, you know?
It's on them forever.
But at the end of the day, man, I've been doing this since 2006. Like, it's not incredibly long, you know? But it's half my life almost, man. Like, I've been doing this literally half my life. It's the only job I've ever had, you know? And
Damn, really?
yeah.
What the fuck?
This is right out of high school, dude. I've never done anything else except for tattooing. And, you know, it's like one of those things where it's like, you know, you spend a lot of time doing, you know, walk-ins. You do the fucking, like I was doing the Cherry Creek Flash, you know, I was out, you know, you're doing the fucking tribal, you're doing the, you know, like the Pinterest shit when it first comes out, you know, like I spent a lot of time doing that, you know, and I think I internalized like that voice of tattooers who are like, yo, dude, if you're not just doing these fucking walk-ins, you know, like you're not a real tattooer, right? And so it's hard to kind of break out of that paradigm, right? But so there's always going to be a part of me that feels like, am I being an asshole? You know, it's like, are you being like true to like not just you as an artist, right? But also you as a tattooer, right? And I think that's like a struggle sometimes.
I think it is for a lot of people. For a lot of people.
Yeah. Because as much as I would like to be like, yeah, dude, fuck it. Like this is all I'm gonna do, you know? Like there's always gonna be that voice in my head that I have to like fight with. That's just like, dude, just fucking suck it up and do the Disney tattoo. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of it, and Manny and I kind of sort of talked about it. I think a lot of it is for like people who have been tattooing, you know, since like the early 2000s as well, because they kind of had it installed into them to take on every fucking tattoo. Yeah. You do every tattoo. You're a tattooer. Make the fucking money. Don't let it walk out the door. Just do it. Nowadays, we have people that are, for instance, like apprentices and stuff that are now learning. Yeah. They're already installed in their head isn't, I'm going to do everything. It's, I like this style. This is what I'm going to tattoo. Yeah. But they don't have, you know, early 2000s mentality where they're like, if it comes in the fucking door, you're going to do it.
Yeah. Like
you know what I mean?
Yeah. There was an aesthetic in 2006. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody tattooed with like a specific aesthetic in mind. Yep. Like you had people that like, you know, you still had like your black and gray like cholo shops. You know what I'm saying? Like that always existed, especially like in Chicago, you know? Like the fine line stuff, like the letterheads, you know, like that was always there, you know? But it was like you were like that or you were like in a biker shop.
100%. Yeah, there was no in between. Yep.
Yeah, there's no in between. And I came up in a biker shop, you know, like a very real deal biker shop, you know? And so it's like being in that kind of vibe and then seeing how it is today where like, you know, like an apprentice can jump in and have a definitive style.
Right off the bat.
Right off the bat, dude. And they're fucking good at it.
Yep.
You know, they're good at it, you know? Where and that's different, right? Because when I first got into tattooing, it was like you were only as good as the best person in your town. And if that person wasn't that good, you know, you were fucking amazing if you were better than them. Yep. And you could be fucking total dog shit, you know? And
oh man, you're starting a conversation that fucking irks me. Oh my god. Oh my god. Dude, I have argued with so many people about how I don't want to say easy, but I'm going to say easy just to piss people off. How much easier it was to be quote unquote good. Yeah. Before.
Dude, 100%. I agree.
Dude, it is crazy. All these old cats are like, you know, back in the day, this, and this, certain things were a certain way. I get it. There's even tattooers now, no names needed to be said. There's tattooers now that are well-known or famous or whatever term you want to use, but they fucking suck.
They suck, dude. Terrible.
They suck. Yeah. But guess what? They're the best. They can do this, and this that new people can't do. The old ways are the right ways, yada, yada, yada. And don't get me wrong, there are tattooers that have been tattooing, you know, 10, 15, 20, 25 years that are still good. I think Derb Morrison can still put in a good tattoo. Yeah. I do. Yeah. Rarely do I think someone who's been tattooing fucking 33 years, you know what I mean, damn near can do that. I would say 2%. Yeah. Like 2% of people who were tattooed in that time frame are actually good.
Absolutely.
And, you know what I mean?
And you know what else, dude? There wasn't fucking Yelp back then, right? Like, you know, there's no Yelp. You know, like you don't got to worry about fucking, I leave no stars if I could. This fucking place sucks. I didn't even get tattooed, but fuck them, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like there was no paper trail of like the shit tattoos you did. You know, like nobody's going to post something up on Facebook, be like, this motherfucker, like the color fell out, fucking piece of shit. Yep. Like I did terrible tattoos for like a long time, you know? And it's
dude,
like.
You're like speaking, you're speaking my fucking shit. I tell people almost every artist I've talked to on the podcast, I've told them, I thought I sucked for at least 5 years, and I've been tattooing 8 years. Yeah. So that tells you that I think that I've only been good like the last couple of years. And I don't even think I'm good. I think I'm just better than shitty. Well, you know what I mean? But I feel like I put out, I can openly, I'm not scared and I don't have some ego to sit there and say that I've always done good tattoos. I fucking sucked. But guess what?
Yeah.
Everyone else around me were worse. So I looked halfway decent. You know what I mean? So at that point, you fake it till you make it. But you can't do that now.
Yeah.
You can't do that now. The newer cats right now, you cannot fake it.
Well, you know, it's like there's this thing, man. It's called the Kruger-Dunning effect, and I'm gonna butcher this, but it's essentially it's like you can only see like to the extent like how good something is, right? Like with taste, subjectivity, like whatever. Like you can only see something as far as you've experienced it, right? So what happens is you might think something looks really fucking good now, right? Because your experience is limited, your knowledge is limited, you know, your ability to determine what something good is limited. Your taste is not developed yet, right? I'm not saying you. I'm just saying like in general.
Oh
right?
no, dude! My taste is definitely limited. I eat like a 5-year-old.
Yeah. Fuck yeah, dude. Hey, at least you admit it, man.
Hey, dude, what are vegetables?
Yeah, but you know. Yeah, fucking asparagus and shit, dude.
Nah.
The Brussels sprouts, man.
Oh no!
Oh, give me some fucking Brussels
Are you
sprouts, bro. All day,
nasty
dude.
as fuck?
All fucking day, dude. I was a vegetarian for like 8 years.
Really?
Yeah,
I was a pescatarian for 8 years. So I ate fish. That's it.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Yeah, but vegetables still were not included.
Yeah, that's just fish.
I ate fish.
Just
that's it. whatever protein of choice I had at the time, that's all I ate.
Dude, that's wild, man. Yeah, but so like this effect, right? Like people can, you know, people can only meet themselves as deep as, or they can only meet the world as deep as they've met themselves, right? And a lot of people haven't fucking met anything, right?
Correct.
And so, you know, you get all these tattooers that fucking think their shit looks good, and they're like, yeah, this is fucking awesome. I'm fucking killing it, right? Because they just don't have like that developed eye, right? And then clients, no offense, they're fucking stupid. They don't know either, you know? Like, it's the truth, dude. It's the reason why people look at some bullshit tattoo and they're like, oh my God, that's fucking amazing. And it's like, what are you talking about?
That's literally word for word, step by step for all those tattoos that you see that come into your shop and they're like, oh yeah, I got this for my homie. It's hella good. And not only was it $40, but this shit's dope. And you're looking at it like, dude, I don't know what tattoos you've seen in your life, but that shit is so bad. Yeah. And they're like, dude, it's good. Like they're honest to God convinced that tattoo they have is good.
Yeah. Yeah. They don't care. Yeah.
Or they just haven't seen good shit.
Yeah. But they love it.
Oh, dude.
They love it.
Dude, I'm telling you right now, I think more people have passion for their bad tattoos than the people who have good tattoos that know it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Literally.
Dude, absolutely, man. And that's why now, dude, I don't even care if something I do is good. I only care if something I do I like. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. If I do a tattoo and I'm like, I fucking like that. That's all I care about, you know? Because for so long, dude, like, I don't know if this ever happened to you, but like you kind of train yourself to see your flaws.
100%.
Yeah. Whereas like all you can see is your flaws.
100%.
Yeah, that's it. You know? And so I've dealt with like crippling depression and anxiety as a result of that kind of mindset in everything I do, right? Because it's always been in my mind like, okay, well, these are the flaws. How do I correct it, right? Mm-hmm. And eventually I had to get to a place where it's like, fuck the flaws, dude. The flaws are okay. Do I like this? Right? Mm-hmm. Do I like it? Does it look good? Mm-hmm. You know? And I found that once I started to like the shit that I was tattooing, I realized all the things that I thought was good up until that point was actually fucking garbage.
Yep.
Yeah. And then it's just like, holy shit, mind blown.
And you're not stuck trying to focus on the fact that you're not human and that you're a printed machine. You're a fucking human. Yeah. You make mistakes. I've never seen a perfect tattoo in my entire life. Ever. Not once. I could pick out something on every, and I'm not seeing just my tattoos, any tattoo. Yeah. Every single tattoo has something. Every time.
And it should. Yeah. I mean, you should know that a tattoo is done by a human.
Dude, if you as a tattoo artist do a tattoo and you think it's perfect, you should stop tattooing because that means that you think you already made it. You're done. You learned everything that you needed to learn. You're no longer human. You're a fucking machine and you're just, the gift from hell or heaven, whatever you decided to be gift from.
Yeah. Absolutely, man. You know, absolutely, dude. And it's it's one of those things, man, that I think when it comes to, trying to figure out, like, is my shit good? Is it bad? It's just like, I don't care anymore. Like, I think I'm at this point where it's like, I don't care if someone looks at my tattoos and they're like, bro, like, your fucking lines blew out, or bro, like, this isn't, like, perfect. It's like, I don't care. I like it. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And I have good taste. You know? So
Hey, self-satisfied, bro. That's it. Self-satisfied.
man.
That's
You
how
know?
it should be.
Yeah, I like good tattoos. So it's like, you know.
If you're a good tattooer or good at anything, anything that you're doing, if you're good, you know that there's going to be issues, right?
Yeah.
But if you're happy with those issues, you being your strongest critic, that should tell you right there that you are doing what you should be doing.
Yeah.
So you should be harsh on yourself. And then if you're harsh on yourself and you still like it,
you're good.
What does that tell you?
Yeah.
That tells you exactly what you need to know. You should be doing exactly what you're doing.
Yeah, and you know, the flip side to that too, though, it's like, you know, like comparison, right? Even if like you compare yourself to yourself, that's still the fucking thief of joy, you know?
That is literally the one thing I say to every tattooer I talk to. I forgot what we were already talking about because we were talking about other stuff.
It's all good. It's all good.
Okay, so let's move on past it. I'm sure we'll come back up with it. I have all my guests ask me a question, okay? So everyone asks me one question. It could be literally something that's super personal, something that's not, something that you just are curious about. We'll get to that. So just know in your head, you got to ask me a question.
All right.
But my question for you is, what are like 2 of your guilty pleasures?
Okay. So currently, one of my biggest guilty pleasures right now is like watching people cut steak on Instagram. Like fucking like filet mignons, like tomahawks and shit. And then I like to like read the comments and then like, you know, like argue with people, you know?
Like what? Explain it.
Like, you know, because like somebody will be like, you know, fucking like you're cutting the steak wrong, you know, like you fucking cooked that like wrong, like fuck you, like why are you gonna put butter on a steak, you fucking piece of shit, you know?
Oh my God.
Yeah, like crazy shit, you know, like people get really, really fucking offensive, like defensive about like how they want their steaks cut, you know, and not just cut, but like cooked, you know, like
But everyone's different.
Everyone's different, right, dude? Like every culture is different, you know. Like you go to fucking Turkey, dude. Like they like boil steak in butter, you know, and then like some fucking white guy is gonna be like, "You stupid fucking retard! Like, what are you fucking ruining that steak for? Go fuck yourself," you know.
Over steak,
and then someone would be like, "I'm a fucking chef," you know, like that's the way it's supposed to be, you know. And then like I don't know, like I called some dude like I don't know, he was like in like a boy band or something. And I was just like, fuck you, you piece of boy band shit. Like, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You ain't a fucking chef, you know? And then, like, you just like, argue with these people about just
and you love
shit.
And you love it.
It's kind of, you know, I'm not going to lie, I love it. You know? It's a fucking guilty pleasure, dude. And, like, my wife will be like, what the fuck are you doing? You know, like.
Because you're like.
Yeah, I'm like, my fingers are. Yeah.
They're moving all fast.
Fucking, my little fast thumbs are going, dude. You know, like, we play Mario Kart a lot, you know, so I got good agility with that shit. And I'm just like, fucking hit send. And she's like, hey, man, like, you know, your son's trying to show you something. And I'm like, dude, hold on. I got to fucking, like, let me just push reply real quick. Give me a second, you know.
He's yelling at me over steaks right now. Okay, let me finish this.
Like we're discussing a reverse sear right now. Okay, this is important. You know, because like a reverse sear is like where you cook the steak slowly and then like you sear it at the end. But some people are passionate about that. They don't like the reverse
You seem
sear.
passionate about it.
Yeah.
How do you cook your steak?
I got a horizontal smoker.
Okay.
Yeah, cook it on charcoal, with like lump wood charcoal.
Okay.
Right, and then you create a 2-fire system, right, to where you have like your main fire and then like your kind of cool area,
okay,
right? Like within like the smoker itself, and then you get a side firebox where you have like your wood burning, right, and it has a chimney on it, so the smoke goes through the chimney and it smokes the steak itself.
Okay,
right, but I like my steaks to be aged, like dry aged.
Okay,
so like a 60-day dry aged steak, like that's my shit.
Okay,
yeah,
60. It has to be 60 days.
Well, usually, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because you get like that kind of like weird, like funky, like, you know, like it's a flavor thing, man.
Okay.
You wouldn't understand. You got the palate of a 5-year-old.
You're right. You're fucking. I go to a restaurant. I'm like, oh damn, Outback, best steak ever.
Yeah, dude.
And you're probably like, Outback for real? Like,
I'm not a snob. I'm not a snob. Only on Instagram.
He's like, I'm the best fucking keyboard warrior ever.
No,
ever.
bro. Like sometimes, man, I'll just fucking put a steak like in my oven, dude, and just eat it. You know, like I don't.
It's steak.
But if I'm talking about preference, you know, horizontal smoker all day. Okay. You know, and then with like hickory and mesquite wood smoke. So.
All right. What's another guilty pleasure?
Another guilty pleasure. Shit, man, this is a tough one.
He's just worried about steak right now.
No. I mean, I'd say another guilty pleasure, dude. Like, I like the bird watch.
Interesting. Okay.
Love bird watching.
Why?
Love it. I don't know, man. Like, birds are, people say, like, people like therapists and psychologists and stuff, right?
Mhm.
Like watching birds is a way for serotonin and dopamine to release in your brain because for whatever reason, humans connect with the way how birds, I think, behave in nature. And there's something inherently calming about it. So usually I try to go at least twice a week, but there's a place called the Riparian Reserve out in Gilbert, which is like where I live.
Okay.
And it's like this like little natural habitat that used to exist all over Arizona before like Phoenix and fucking Tucson, like all these cities sprung up and kind of destroyed these habitats.
Okay.
So migratory birds from the north will fly down at various times of the year, right? So you can see really cool birds depending on what time of the year you go, right? So like right now we're starting to get like more migratory birds from up north. You're starting to get like swans. You get storks. There's a fucking pelican there right now. Like, dude, pelicans are like 4 feet tall, dude. It's terrifying.
God
They're
damn.
huge, man. Like these big ass white pelicans.
Okay.
Yeah, dude. Cranes. You get a bunch of cranes down there. You know, hummingbirds. Like,
You love birds.
love birds. Yeah, I like watching them.
Do you like doing bird tattoos?
You know what, dude? I don't get to do a lot of them.
That's not what I asked.
Yeah, I don't mind them.
Okay.
Honestly, don't mind bird tattoos. But here's the thing: I haven't done walk-ins in like fucking probably like 8 years. So
Damn.
yeah, it's been a while, man. I think I stopped doing walk-ins in like 2016. So that's not 8 years. That's 6 years. So yeah, so I haven't had to do any bird tattoos in a while. You know?
Crazy.
Yeah.
Dude. I was in junior high when you started tattooing.
2006.
I was in junior high.
Yep.
And you said 2015. I think you stopped doing walk-ins like when I first started tattooing.
Yeah. Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah. You know, it's a wild thing thinking about that, man. Like, I don't know. I'm 34, right? And I've been tattooing since I was 18. Like literally right out of high school, I graduated early at the semester, right? So I graduated in December of 2005. By March of the following year, I got my first tattoo because I had just turned 18, right?
Okay.
And then by June, I was in a shop.
Damn.
You know?
Okay.
Yeah. And
Did you
so-
always know in high school that you want to be a tattooer?
No, not at all. I wanted to be an architectural engineer. I love architecture, you know, and I like drafting. And
You do
stuff.
seem like kind of like a nerd.
Yeah.
Yeah, you definitely seem
Absolutely.
like a nerd for sure. Bird watching,
100%. Yep.
steak talking,
Oh yeah, dude.
architectural talk stuff.
I'm the worst kind of hipster, man. You know, I'm the fucking worst
Okay.
kind, dude. You know. Yeah, like I'm very particular about what I like, and I have like way too many interests. You know, but yeah, man. You know, it's kind of wild that like I've been doing it long enough to where people like you can you be like, dude, like you were fucking in junior high, like
Yeah,
like,
isn't that crazy?
it is crazy,
It was-
man.
You said what? 2000 what? 6?
2006, yeah,
Dude, I think I was in like 7th grade.
yeah, yeah. That dude.
That's crazy.
It's crazy to think about, you know, like, and it's like, I don't feel old, you know, but I'm starting to realize like, holy shit, dude, like I'm starting to, I'm in my mid 30s. I'm closer to 40,
Yeah.
you know, than
You're closer to older than younger.
closer to older than younger.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
dude, I got a kid now and shit, you know.
How old's
so
your
it's
kid?
Like 2
Okay.
years old. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, it's kind of wild, man. You know, I kind of like looking back on like all the changes, like I've tattooed in 3 different decades now, you know, and like, that's kind of like a weird thing to think about.
But what's cool about it though is because you were in those, earlier decades, as long as, which I know you are, as long as you've been in, evolving with those times, which you have done,
Yes.
I could tell, then you're good.
Yeah.
Most tattooers, they're in that first decade,
Mm-hmm.
and they're still in that first decade.
they're
They've been tattooing 30 years, but they still back there. They still back there.
Yep. And that, that brings me to, my next point, man. We were kind of touching on this earlier, but it's like, like whatever ship that these people think sunk, like they're fucking in it, You know,
Mm-hmm.
the rest of us are fucking carrying on, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because
The loyal to the coil, don't use a rotary.
like, what the fuck is that? You
Dude,
know?
rotaries came out the same fucking time. I'm just putting that out there.
Dude, 1895 was the first fucking patent for a tattoo pen. Like a rotary pen.
I was gonna say if we're being super technical and super specific, technically a rotary did come first. Just saying.
Yeah.
It came first.
Yeah.
It came first.
Yeah.
So I get it. I like the coil. I love the idea of it. I love that. But it is 2022. If things are evolving, you gotta evolve with it. It's that simple.
It's like,
that simple.
do you like having arthritis? You know, like do you pride yourself on like your fucking hands not working?
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I don't know, dude. I don't like to be in pain. You know, I don't think there's something inherently wrong with that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the whole issue is just flawed, man. Like that fucking dude posted that meme that was going around recently where it was like, oh, the best tattoos, all your favorite tattoos were done with a fucking coil machine. It's like, fuck you, dude. Like, first off, that's completely negating all of the beautiful Japanese tattoos that like I love, which are like the bori, like done by fucking hand. Like, fuck you, dude, if you're gonna tell me that like the best tattoos have only been done with coil machines.
I was wondering why lately I've noticed that you've been posting a picture and it's been like all the best tattoos are being done right now. All the best tattoos are being done right now. Yeah.
Right now, dude, the best tattoos in history are being done today. And if people can't fucking see that, dude, like they're blind. Like literally blind, dude. Like this is the absolute best time to be alive right now tattooing.
What sucks though, this is the thing, and this is what sucks about it, and I could openly be specific about it, is what sucks is it's so much harder to be making an impact now as a tattooer though, because all the old cats are still the impact.
Right.
So even though there's better tattoos, there are better tattoos being put out.
The bar
by far.
The bar has been raised so high that a mediocre tattoo today is the equivalent of one of the best fucking tattoos anybody would have done 20 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And that says something, dude, when like the learning curve is so fucking intense that like even for myself, I catch myself slipping every couple of years where it's like, holy shit, some fucking kid who's 19 years old in Australia just picked up a machine and he's fucking doing bodysuits.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
Some fucking 20-year-old in Thailand is fucking killing it, or Taiwan or Korea. And it's like, holy shit, like this is the future, dude. Like if you're not willing to fucking grow with that curve, you're gonna get left behind. 100%, man.
100%.
And it's easier, I think, for so many people to just talk shit and throw stones, dude, than to look at their own self and be like, I'm fucking being left behind.
That's literally what I was just about to say to your comment. I fucking fuck.
I'm sorry.
Literally, you're like saying something, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna get some feedback. Just kidding. I'm just joking. I'm just joking. No. You're good, bro. It's cool. I'll take it.
Yeah, but it's true though.
Yeah,
you know?
I just wish that like for instance, like you see a tattoo magazine, right? 98% of the time, it's still the same people that it was before.
Yep.
But I can look at a tattoo and be like, dude, I can pick 10 people right now, right? If this was a one-on-one war, I could choose 10 people that would eat every single person that was good at tattooing 20 years ago. Every single one. I would put all my money on them. I would put my fucking everything on them.
Yep.
But guess what? No one knows about them.
Yeah.
They're not in any magazine. They're not on TV. They're not doing literally anything. They're going to work doing badass fucking tattoos that no one know about.
Well, now, don't get me wrong. There are outliers, right? Like, There's outliers, I think, even in like the 90s and the early 2000s, and even in the 80s, right? Like Timothy Hoyer, for example.
Yep.
One of my all-time favorite tattooers, and he's an old head, but like that dude's work was so fucking perfect, And I think even to today, for like what he's doing, it's still fucking perfect, And so like I don't want someone listening to this to be like, this motherfucker thinks like they're in good tattooers 20 years ago, like fuck you. It's like, no, dude. But as a whole, it's different.
Yeah. I think there's a lower percentage of good tattooers now that were tattooing back then, as there is new tattooers in this moment.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's just a higher, like you said, as a whole. Trust me, there are some tattooers that I know that I really like that have been tattooing 20 plus years, and I still think they're good.
Yeah.
But if you were to go, pound for pound, them 5 years into tattooing to a new head 5 years in tattooing, night and day different. As long as their head is in the spot. But then again, they're fortunate. Everyone newer is fortunate. There is so much more technology. There's so much more shit to make our job and what we do easy.
Well, do you remember?
Way easier.
Do you remember tattooing before Instagram?
Yes.
Like, were you tattooing? You were tattooing before?
I was not tattooing. That's when I started being more fond of it.
Okay.
Yeah. MySpace, baby.
Yeah. Well, dude, that changed shit, man. Like when I first got into it, we didn't have a computer in my shop, right? There was no computer. Like I was the change in town, right? Like I brought the fucking computer to the shop. Like my mentor was like, "What the fuck is that?" You know, like I'm like, "Dude, like that's Photoshop." You know, like I ain't fucking doing this lettering by hand anymore. Like I'm not gonna fucking sit here and just trace, Old English all day if I can just type it up in Photoshop real fast, and make it perfect.
Yeah.
You know, like because that was walking shit. You know, like make it perfect. And he's like, "Okay, that's cool. Like respect."
Yeah, it's a tool to make things easier.
Make it easier. Yeah, and it was welcomed. You know? And he was like, "That's fucking sick." You know, and I feel like tattooing. The magazines were kind of like the gatekeeping of like the tattoo community at that point, right? And then like obviously you had your conventions, but I think when Instagram hit and like social media like really hit with tattooing, it was right around 2013, 2014. That was when I think people really started like hitting that shit hard, where it became like a global phenomenon.
So now you're seeing stuff that you wouldn't have ever seen
in real time.
Yep.
And you're seeing all those cats in Australia and fucking Germany all of a sudden, and you're like, wait a second, there's a whole other scene of tattooers.
There's something in their water out there, bro. I'm
killing it,
bro. It's stupid.
It. Fucking killing
People
it.
in the UK shit, bro. I don't, dude. There's something there.
Insane.
They have a cheat code.
Yeah.
They have a cheat code, bro. Because some of my favorite tattooers, not from here.
Absolutely.
Because they have a cheat code. It's bullshit.
Yeah. And you know what it is, man. Those cultures over there, especially like Europe, they've valued art as like a fucking tool, man, for not only culture and like the refinement of like the self, but they view it as something deeper than just images you look at.
Yep.
And there's no like starving artist trope that you hear about in Europe. You don't hear about like this like art fag bullshit that you hear about here, where people like to kind of like talk shit about you if you enjoy art. And that. Which is fucking stupid, right? Because like all of the best traditional tattooers, those dudes were fucking fine art painters.
Yeah,
people don't know they were fucking oil painters and shit, dude. And they valued art and they valued innovation. But somewhere in the 90s, the 80s and 90s, a bunch of fucking bitter ass bikers and just fucking junkies like permeated the tattoo culture here in America. And I really think, and someone's gonna get mad at me for saying this, I don't care. I really think it set tattooing back in a lot of ways.
Thank you. Holy fuck. Fucking Jesus.
Yeah.
Like, it's so true. It's so true. And that is why for fucking years, tattoo artists were punks, and everyone's mindset of a tattooer was not positive in any way, shape, or form. It's just now becoming a thing where you're like, the dude's a tattoo artist. Like, he has tattoos on his fucking face. He's got tattoos all over his body. Whatever. He's just a normal person. Dude, I think that whole time frame and that whole era is what caused people to dislike us.
Yeah.
100%. I think that where we're at right now could have been 10 years ago. I think could have been 15 years ago. I think people really fucked us. They set us up for failure. And now, unfortunately, but also not unfortunately, a lot of those people are far gone, or not here anymore, or not tattooing anymore, or not making an impact anymore. So now we're kind of able to kind of give a little bit back of like how we're a little different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Before I got my face tattoos, people were like, "Oh, you're a tattooer?" And I'm like, "Yeah." They're like, "Dude, would have never thought." Just based on personality. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's cool that can be a thing. It's so much more acceptable. We saw a post on one of our videos that was like, hopefully these guys stay in the tattoo community because they got fucking face tattoos. I'm like, Jesus, I haven't heard this comment in fucking 5 years, you fucking retard. Like, fucking Jesus. God damn, I hate people sometimes. God, motherfucker. Yeah. Sorry for my language. You know what I mean? My offensive language that I don't give two flying shits about. Fucking pricks. God damn it. I'm a fucking tattooer. Get over it. Fucking God, dude. I'm just gonna have a whole ass video of me fucking cursing because I fucking hate people, bro. They're fucking dumb.
No, but it's true, man. You know, it's like if we as a society valued art, you know what I'm saying? Like differently, right? And just didn't look at it as like this byproduct of just some bullshit pastime, right? And stop like viewing tattooing as this like lost art of being a fucking like a hard ass alpha male, pseudo alpha male, like bullshit, right?
Yes.
Like I think better tattoos would be happening, right?
100%.
And there's definitely dudes here in America that I think, you know, and women, you know,
don't forget
whoever,
that, bro.
and
You'll get attacked.
yeah, but no, it's true. You know, some of my favorite tattooers are women. You know, and it's like you don't have to be a fucking like some hard ass dude beating your old lady. You know, fucking
to do a good fucking
going
tattoo.
to fucking prison and letting your toughness speak for your tattoos. Like that doesn't have to exist anymore. And I think that too is a threat to a lot of people, which is why I think you do see so many of these not even older heads, man, like younger people too. Like fucking lashing out against the community as if you know them not having a space to be a fucking piece of shit is a problem. It's like, dude, go. Like if the fucking
you don't have to have tattoos to be doing that, brother.
Like go. You can fucking leave, man. You know, like if y'all don't like it, like there's the door. There's plenty of tattooers, dude.
Yeah.
And you know, I love this shit, man. You know, like I fucking love tattooing. It's what I am. And, you know, I'll be fiercely opinionated about it, dude, because I think I've given myself the right to have something to say about this shit. Because I've been told my whole career, dude, like, shut up, you can't fucking say anything. You're young, you don't know what you're talking about, dude. Fuck you, you know? My entire career, dude, people just been like, shut up, you don't get to have an opinion.
Facts.
It's like, fuck you, dude.
Facts.
Like maybe you can have an opinion when you can say shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
And so it's like, this is my opinion.
I think I think it's funny that I bring up the same shit sometimes, but that's kind of like when I first started tattooing. It goes right off of that. So many tattoo artists were like, "Oh, this punk ass kid, you know, purple hair.
Yep.
He needs to respect me. He needs to shut his mouth." Dude, when I first started tattooing, I feel like a lot of people who don't like me now is because of the type of person I was then.
Yeah.
Which was the type of kid that was like, you were talking shit and I would just hit you in the mouth.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't want to say names. I tell this everyone in the same podcast. I'm not going to say names, but there are a handful of tattooers that even to this day know what happened, and they talk shit about me and try to like punk me and shit. Like when I was younger, and like kind of have that like respect me, close your fucking mouth. You're young, you don't know shit, and I just beat the fuck out of them.
Yeah.
I feel like that mentality kind of grew, and now everyone's like, well, Don dude's a punk. Yeah. But they don't know who I am now. They just know what they knew prior.
But regardless, that doesn't, you know, they still don't know.
But even now, though,
yeah.
Tell me I can't say some shit. Yeah, fucking,
yeah dude. You
let's
fucking,
be real.
Yeah, absolutely, man. You're allowed to, you know, and you should. You fucking should, man. Nobody should fucking silence in any capacity.
Unless you're an apprentice. Let's put that out there. Let's just clarify that. Yeah. You have to earn that right as an apprentice. There's a little room there. You have to earn that a little bit. I don't want, apprentice out there. Don't be coming into your shop to your mentor being like, yo, like, fuck you, bro. Like, I got something to say, motherfucker. Yeah. Your turn.
My turn.
Ask me something. Absolutely fucking anything. It could be about me. It could be about literally anything. Anything. Absolutely anything.
Let's change it up.
Okay.
What do you think about God?
Religion.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I'm not a religious man. I don't even know what you would consider that. I don't have a belief, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
It's an endless dark hole. I went to church as a kid growing up, you know what I mean? I don't hate on it. I mean, I went to Christian camp, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just when I die, my belief is I'm dead.
Nothing. Yeah.
I'm going to be put in a box.
Yeah. For sure.
You know what I mean? That's really it, dude. I don't have a belief. I guess as an adult, as I was growing up, I became less and less interested in knowing what I was.
Okay, but so let me ask you this then. What do you think about like obviously you feel energy, right? Like at some point in your life, you felt like the energy, even like with tattooing, right? Like I'm sure you felt a little bit of that magic, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. What is that then?
I have no idea.
Exactly. It's something though, right?
Yeah, I believe it, dude. Yeah. I'm honestly, I'm a big on energy as a whole. I tell people that all the time. Like, someone is upset, someone is not doing well in life, someone's just not going on. You instantly feel that energy. Like it's a complete. I believe in that kind of stuff. What it is, I guess I've never really sat down and thought about what I thought it could be.
Yeah. So like, don't get me wrong. I'm not when I say like what is God, right? Or like, what do you think about that? It's a loaded word, right? Because in the West, we think of God as the Judeo-Christian God, and that's it. There's no paradigm outside of that. Like, that's just what people think when they hear that word, but it's like, what if it expands to something greater than that, right? Something bigger that, like, we can relate to, you know? And for me, it's consciousness, right? Like the consciousness that kind of connects everybody and everyone, and it's like what you tune into, right?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
Yeah, no,
like,
yeah.
like, you know, when you're drawing, man, do you ever feel like it's not you coming up with the idea, but rather these ideas exist out in the ether, and you're an antenna, and you just kind of like,
I'm just the one doing it. I'm just one physically doing it.
You're physically doing it, right? But like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you ever had that happen where like you draw something, and then you see like the next day that somebody that you fucking dig, you're like, holy shit, they almost drew the same fucking thing.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. I've a few times actually, I've done something or drawn something. Dude, I've actually completed a tattoo before the next day. I'm like, I've never seen this image ever. But somehow I was able to draw something of similar source of someone else that I'm fond of.
Yeah.
Without reference, you know what I mean? Without, looking at their shit, it just came up. I did a Reaper, literally, I just wanted to try something different. And then the other day, literally, my apprentice was like, this looks like the fucking one you did. And I'm like, it kind of does.
Yeah.
Same concept, same setup and shit. I don't know where the fuck it came from. I just was like, I want to do something different.
Yeah.
It wasn't that different, apparently, because someone else did it.
Now, have you ever done psychedelics?
I have not.
See, that'll change it.
Okay, so I a little rundown. When I was younger, I was the I'll take anything, do anything kind of guy. So like as a young age, I'm talking about like heroin, coke, ketamine, literally anything. I never did it more than once or a couple of times. But like it's just never. I'm not an addicted person, and I don't really like changing my form in a way. So like I like to drink. I'm a drinker. Yeah. But like I don't like being high. I don't like something that's changing like how I am or how I'm thinking, because I'm a little Looney Tune.
Yeah, yeah.
So it does scare me a little bit. Like I have friends that microdose like on a regular basis, and I'm like, the fact that like what I could become from something so small fucking terrifies me, because I'm gonna become a crazy motherfucker. You know what I mean? So like I can only imagine. Someone's like, oh, I'll do microdose, do some shrooms, and they're like, I bet. All of a sudden I'm in prison. I don't know. I don't know. That's just what it is. Knowing me, and I don't know. You know what I mean? It's just not. Yeah, it's not my thing. But I have a lot of people tell me that I could try it.
Yeah.
But I genuinely, from the bottom of my heart, if you say you have done it before, I'm gonna be pissed. I want to do ayahuasca so bad.
Okay.
Yeah. So bad. I have never been more intrigued. I have never been more interested of something that I fear in my entire life, and it's been like 5 years that I want to do it.
Yeah. Yeah, so I've never done ayahuasca, but I've smoked DMT.
Okay.
Which is what this essentially is the active ingredient, you know what I'm
Correct.
saying, that makes it do its thing, but two totally different, from my understanding, totally different like trips, because DMT, you smoke 5-NM DMT, I mean, it's just 10 minutes of blast off, like you're gone. And I think for yeah, dude, like you're
10 minutes of blast off.
You're literally gone, dude. Like my roommate at the time, man. This was in 2014. He was like, "Hey, man, I got some DMT. You want to smoke it?" And I'm like, I was pretty hardcore, like in the drugs at that time. Like total. Yeah, you put it in front of me, I'll do it. Total party guy. And I was like, "Well, how long does it last?" He's like, 10 minutes. I was like, "I'm in."
Just 10
like
minutes.
that. 10 minutes. I'm fucking in. Like I'm like, "Is there a hangover?" He's like, "No, not at all."
Mm-hmm.
And dude, yeah, I smoked that shit, man. Changed my life, just like that. Just off that one time, like you smoked it, or I smoked it, and it was just a totally life-altering, paradigm-shifting experience that really kind of set the course and the wheels in motion for me to even move to Arizona in the first place. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like there's life before DMT and then life after DMT. And I ended up, a client gave me some. He's like, "Hey, man, I got some DMT. Like, you want it as a tip?" And I was like, "Fuck yeah, dude." And he's like, "It's a gram." It ended up being like 2 grams. And like 2 grams of that shit, dude, like you can trip easily 100, 150 times on it.
What the fuck?
Yeah, dude. Like you only need such a small amount to like actually trip. And, so I spent a solid maybe 2-3 years, dude, just smoking that shit like once a week.
Like, God damn.
And it got weird, man.
I bet.
It got weird. And, I had this breakthrough experience one time, man, where, they call it a breakthrough, right? Because it's like anytime, I'm sure anybody who's done psychedelics will understand that, like, when you do psychedelics, like, you're still here. You're still aware of who you are. You still, like, have this body, right? But with the breakthrough, you die. and you experience death.
Oh, you're convincing me 100% to do this.
Yeah, but it's a good thing.
Okay.
It's a good thing, right? And you realize, like, wait a second, like, my body wasn't even my own body, you know? And then it's like, wait a second, like, fucking this reality isn't even real. And you wake up into this other reality.
Okay.
And when you're in that space, it's the most real thing you could possibly experience, right? And so after that, you know, I kind of, like, came out of that with, like, this newfound respect for, like, what I think is God and energy and, like, all of this stuff, right? Which is just consciousness, right? Like a shared consciousness. And so for me, I view tattooing as a way to kind of give form to whatever that is, right? In the shape of this thing that we do, right? Because tattooing, if you think about it, I mean, it gives you everything, right? Like it's this fucking, it's this motion, right? That we're just kind of like just moving with, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it chooses us, right? Like the good tattooers, right? Like the people that are fucking doing something with it, right? It's like you could say that like you chose tattooing, but really I think tattooing chooses you,
Mm-hmm.
right? For whatever fucking reason, I don't know. I know that sounds like super like hippie, like out there or whatever, you know?
But you're a hippie.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. You know?
Yeah.
But I think, man, that like in my opinion, you know, that there's a reason for that, dude, and that it's the most ancient thing that humans have essentially been doing. It's the most ritualistic thing that humans have done since the dawn of time, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And it's tattooing. And there's something deep inside of us, man, that like I think we connect you with it, dude. You know? And I know I certainly have. And that's why I like to ask people, like, what do you think about God? You know, especially tattooers, because to me, like, that's what tattooing is. Like that is what like my personified God would be, you know? And through it, you can create anything, right? Like you have this whole world that's essentially at your fingertips, you know? And then you have these people that are sitting with you, and there's this like exchange of energy and thought and emotion and pain and essentially suffering, right? And it's like this whole thing that's just bigger than us. And so it's like, if there was to ever be a way how to like have, I think, a spiritual experience or religious experience, it's fucking tattooing,
Mm-hmm.
you know? And that's why I always like to ask that question.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It's cool. It's cool to have someone that has a mindset more than just I tattoo.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That there's a reason for the tattooing. There's a reason and a purpose for it. Because most people don't think like that.
Yeah.
Most people are just like, I like fucking tattoos.
It's like, why?
That's it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's different.
Yeah, I think everybody should know, like, why do you like doing what you do?
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, why do you like tattooing? And I'm asking you that. Like, why do you like
Oh,
it?
why do I like it?
Yeah.
It's unexplainable. I honestly, it sounds stupid, but I literally can't explain it.
Yeah.
There's just something about tattooing that fucking gets my dick hard.
Yeah.
That's the easiest way to explain it. Like, I fucking love tattooing. I love
Yeah.
everything about it. There's nothing about tattooing I don't like besides tattooers.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
Like, that's like the least. That's what I hate the most about tattooing is literally tattooers. Other than that, the tattoo itself, the application itself, the client after you do the tattoo, like all of it as a whole is literally the most satisfying experience I've ever felt my entire life. It's better than sex. It's better than beating the brakes off of someone. It's literally better than absolutely anything. And I get to relive that on a daily basis.
Yeah.
Like, there's just nothing, you can't compare it to anything. Like, I can't even tell you why. I just fucking love it. And I can tell that it's not going to go anywhere. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to love it forever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know. It saddens me that there are tattooers out there that get sick of it, that get bored of it, and it shows. Or, you know, they're over it. It saddens me because I'm like, holy fuck. Like, I have so much love for it, and I love it so much that, like, I have something to spare.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I can force my fucking love of tattooing on your ass. You know what I mean? So it saddens me that there's tattooers that are out there that are, you just can tell they've gave up. You know what I mean? They don't respect it the same.
Dude, it's like if you're not willing to give up everything in your life for this shit, it's like you shouldn't be here, you know? And I think, like, when you say, like, you don't like tattooers, it's like you don't like the disrespect that you see people have for this shit. And for what other people are just trying to love this fucking crap.
That's what I'm saying. I think, dude, I dislike tattooers, yes. But I've never wanted more than anything else other tattooers to, like, fucking get along and fuck with each other and fucking Dude, I've tried to do a paint night with like 80 shops for like the last 4 years and it never works.
Never happens.
Yeah, dude, I just think people are fucking negative, man. People don't. I'm sure there's someone out there that loves tattooing as much as me. I'm sure, but I have yet to come across someone that I can just tell that dude, they fucking love it, dude. It's end of story. There's no going around it, dude. People ask me all the time, like Vinny Rodriguez, he tattooed my face. Yeah. Okay, dude, I got my face tattooed because dude, I proved to myself and to everyone else, like, dude, I'm fucking here. Dude, I hit up Vinny, literally was like, yo, I want my face tattooed that day, same day. He's like, let's get it. And he's like, what do you want? And I was like, dude, I want some shit that literally forces me to never work another job again. Something that forces to let other tattooers know, like, sucks to suck. You're stuck with this purple-haired little fucker for forever. Dude, I got a fucking noose on the side of my face. You know what I mean? I love this shit. And I'm here to stay. End of story. Yep. There's no way to explain it. If you're a tattoo artist and you don't feel that way, you should get the fuck out. Yeah. Go work at Walmart. Remove all your tattoos. You know what I mean? Bring me my fucking Jimmy Johns on my tattoo breaks. Like, that's just how it is. That's just what it is, bro. That's just factual shit. I love this shit. I'm here for it.
Yeah, absolutely, dude. You know, and it's like when we all love something different about it too. You know, but it's like I don't think I have a right to like look at somebody and tell them like, hey, man, you're using a fucking machine that I don't respect, so fuck you.
Yeah. Ugh.
Like you know what I'm saying?
Use whatever you want, dude. I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's like one thing I just, you know, like for anybody like listening to this, it's like, you know, sure, obviously I have opinions. I have very strong opinions about what I like and what I don't like. But I love this shit. You know? Like I've literally almost lost everything in my life many times. I've almost lost almost every relationship, my family, my friends. I've given up everything for this, you know? And I wouldn't even call it a sacrifice, you know, because the sacrifice implies that, like, you know, you're willingly giving this shit up. It's like it wasn't even a choice. Yeah. It's like that's just the way it is, you know.
I couldn't do that.
You know what I'm saying? And it's a struggle.
What do I think about God? You're God, because you're literally telling me, you're speaking to me right now. You're fucking speaking to me. Dude, I fucking repoed my car. Yeah. Lost all my friends. At some point in my tattoo career I currently have, I've literally lost everything. Yeah. Everything. But, dude, I've like I'm gonna sound like a piece of shit, dude. Like I could have gave up tattooing early on when I first started and gone back home and fucking spent time with my kid, dude. My kid wasn't even here. You know what I mean? Like I could have done that. Yep. But I knew this is what I wanted to do. I knew this is what I was meant to do, and that it would come around. Like that time that I'm missing with my kid would come back around. Like I literally was. You gotta think, man. I'm a piece of shit, dude. I fucking chose tattooing over being right next to my child. Yeah. You know what I mean? Well, guess what? Now I got both. Yep. It came around exactly like I thought. I threw everything at the fucking, you know, everything got thrown at me and I fucking took that shit and kept tattooing, kept doing it and didn't give a fuck about anybody else. And now I got a podcast. Absolutely. Now I got a fucking podcast.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, dude. And I think that's something, I think that says something, you know, because it's like, the only thing I'll say about like tattooers today, right, especially like new tattooers coming into it, is that it's like the stakes aren't really as high anymore. No, you know, like there's been times where like I was homeless, you know, but I would still go into the shop and I would still tattoo, and the moment you grab that machine, everything goes away. You don't even think about it. Yeah, I tattooed. I showered at the gym. Yeah. YMCA. Yeah. Dude, I've been there. Been there. Yep. Been there. I don't know anyone who's been tattooing. Either anyone that's an apprentice right now or been tattooing the last like couple years that have ever been in that scenario. It's different. It's definitely different, dude. It's so different. It is different, dude. And I don't think that the level in which you can love something should be gauged off of what you can lose. I don't necessarily think that that's the way it should be, you know? But I do think that there is something different to when it's like, you know, there was a time where like tattooing was dangerous, correct? Correct, you know? 100%. Yeah. And there was a time where like you told somebody you were a tattooer and they weren't like, oh fuck yeah, my kid wants to be a tattooer. Like, do you have any advice? You know? Yeah. Like there was a time people were like, oh, you're a tattooer. Like, oh, what the fuck? You know? Like there was that black sheep. Yeah. Which I honestly, I hate. I'm just putting that out there. I hate that. Yeah. I hate them as like tattooers. Like, I'm a black sheep. And you put yourself in that fucking situation. Yeah. You chose to be that way because we're not. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, that's what you didn't, you are what you are. That's just what it is. There's no, like, you're a black sheep because you're the one tattooer in your family. Yeah, no, you're just, yeah. Yeah, that's what you want to think. Like, that's fucking, I mean, fucking. Yeah, it's just not what, I hate it. I hate it. Yeah, weird, I hate it. Weird, you know? Yeah. I don't like that shit at all. Not my thing. No thing. Dude, now that I'm talking, man, I hate a lot of shit.
I hate a lot of things. I hate a lot of people. Goddamn, no wonder why people don't like me. Goddamn.
Yeah.
Goddamn.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
bad.
it's all right though. It's that's how it should be. Like one of my friends said it best. He's like, if no man or woman or whoever that's worth listening to or talking to or is even remotely interesting has like a clean past or like something about them that wouldn't at some point or another get them canceled in some kind of way, shape, or form. Everybody who's interesting has something about them that's like people are just not gonna like, dude. And if you don't, then it's like fuck you, dude. What's the point of living your life if you're just going with the grain with everything and you only do what you think you're supposed to do? You know?
Preach.
Yeah.
Preach.
Soapbox. Yeah.
Jesus. Literally, I tell people the same. I tell people all the time. For instance, let's just put it right on the table. You tell me right now that you have not heard multiple negative things about me.
Honestly, dude, I haven't.
What?
Yeah, but here's the thing.
Interesting.
I don't talk to people.
Okay, so if you
I don't talk to anybody.
I've said it before. I'll say it 70 billion times again. There's a lot of, especially tattooers, that don't like me. Yeah. But they also don't like who I was 5 years ago. Yeah. Or they've never met me. They've never hung out with me. They've never sat with me. They've literally never experienced me as a person. They've just seen me on Facebook or Instagram or whatever the fuck it is. And so they already made their opinion up. They were like, oh, this guy's blah, 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 blah. Dude, if you're going based off of me 5 years ago, or you 5 years ago, or you 10 years ago, or dude, fucking, man, most tattooers used to be a drug addict, been to jail, fucking live at home with their parents. There's something that they do or don't like that you literally are going to have at some point in their time frame. Yeah. If you're judging them just based on the one thing or the couple things that you're not going to like at some point in their time frame.
Well, yeah, man, and a lot of these people too, they're like they might see someone like you and see that you're successful, and you're young. You came into I don't know how old are you?
How old do you think I am?
I don't know, dude. Because I know that like I've obviously like I said I met you before like a long time ago. You know, I'm gonna say 26.
Oh, I wish I was 26.
Yeah.
I'm 29.
29. Okay.
I'm 29.
All right.
I'm still young, man.
Still young.
Still
dude.
young, man. I'm still
young.
Yeah.
Still young. You know.
Yeah, I started I went to jail, and when I got out of jail, I just didn't need to know what to do with myself, so I moved to Arizona to tattoo.
Okay, that's smart, man.
Yeah, when I was 20.
Yeah. Okay.
Right for my 21st birthday, pretty much.
Okay. Yeah, dude, that's kind of a similar thing with me too. Like I went to jail, you know, was like, okay, I gotta do something. Mm-hmm. Like I can't be where I'm staying, you know, and then moved out here. You know, I figured if I can't. My whole goal is like if I couldn't make it out here, I was just gonna go fucking hop trains and just be homeless. Like that was my goal, you know.
Yeah.
But then that didn't happen.
But you made it, baby.
I made it. Yeah.
You're still doing it, baby. Let's go. Hey man, there's people who've been hopping trains who are now tattooers.
Yeah. Well, exactly. You know, and that was always
Mike Chambers.
Yeah.
His story of his life, bro.
Yeah.
Fucking dude. You know how that fool got into tattooing?
He was like doing on the streets and shit, right?
Dude, he was robbing tattoo shops. Yeah. And one guy finally grabbed him and was like, yo, dude, instead of stealing my shit, why don't you make some money and shit? And he started tattooing. He was hopping trains and shit, living with his dog on the street. Yeah. And that dude's a fucking monster. Yeah. That fool is a monster at tattooing. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. It's cool when you can get to a point where you can, like, because not everybody can, where you can look back and be like, damn, dude, like, yeah, I may have done this, or I may have gone to jail, or I may have thought that, you know, if this didn't work, I'm going to do this. But guess what? You're not. Yep. You're not there. You're not in any of those positions at all. You're fucking here. Yep. On the fucking baddest podcast on the planet.
Dude, okay, let me ask you one more thing, man.
Okay.
Nobody ever tells you how bad fucking jail smells. What do you think about that shit?
Right? I think everything about a jail stinks.
It fucking stinks.
Everything.
Disgusting.
Dude, the worst, and it's a jail or prison, whatever. You always start somewhere else. You don't just automatically get walked into a cell. Any type of holding cell is so bad. It is so bad because it smells like every single person that has been there the entire time that jail's ever been there. Yep. It's fucking awful. Yep. It's awful. And don't go to jail because it's fucking boring. Yeah. It is so boring. Holding cell is boring. Overnight is boring. 3 days is boring. 3 years is boring. It is so boring. It is the worst. Dude, that's the worst part about jail. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. It's absolutely. I was so bored.
Yeah.
I get it. Like people were like, yeah, I made homies and fuck no, dude. I didn't make nothing. I slept. I worked out and I was fucking bored shitless, dude. I was so bored. I was so fucking bored.
Dude.
If you cannot entertain yourself, don't go to jail. Dude, I never realized how much I needed someone else until I went to jail. Dude, it is so boring. Like I say the word boring, dude, it is damn near its own religion. Like you get so bored, you don't know what to do yourself. I'm surprised I didn't become religious when I was locked in that motherfucker, because that's the only thing there is to do.
You come out all Muslim and shit,
Dude, it would have been more outcome than what fucking came of it anyways.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Dude, I played I learned how to make dice. That was cool.
Yeah.
That's about it. You gotta be all, I play some cards, you know what I mean? You know, but that's it.
Yeah.
Dude, people like dominoes. I never liked dominoes. That shit was boring. Like, dude, it was fucking boring.
Yeah.
Jail's boring.
Yeah, it sucks.
If you feel like your life right now sucks, go to jail.
Go to jail.
Because then you'll think your life is fucking awesome. Yeah, so who were you talking to shit again? I'm just gonna on break, he was just talking so much shit about everybody.
All of it.
You know, fucking,
Yeah.
Just kind of like a little final, shebang. Is there, same thing I do with everybody, is there a quick little, like, one-hitter quitter, something that you would tell someone who's wanting to tattoo or is new at tattooing, that you would tell them the do and the don't? So one thing that you'd be like, do this and don't do this. If you had like almost like a punchline kind of situation.
Yeah.
No story behind it, just, yo, if you're new to this or you're wanting to do this, pow, pow.
If you're new to this, draw every day. Every day you're not drawing is every day someone else is drawing. Don't worry about Instagram. That's that, Fucking put Instagram down, draw.
Couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
Couldn't agree more. Simple as that. I think that you should keep, I didn't tell everybody this, I think you should keep your artistic ability higher than your tattoo ability, because your tattoo ability will follow.
Yeah.
If you're only a good tattooer, but you're not drawing or doing anything art related, it doesn't just grow.
Yep.
Just because you're tattooing doesn't mean that your art's getting better.
Yep.
But if your art's getting better, your tattoo does get better.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, because repetition, right? Repetition is the recipe for success. I mean, so if you do the same thing every day, like you will see results.
Yep.
But if you don't, you're just going to be wondering how come nothing's happening.
Practice does not make perfect. Practice makes better.
Yep. Absolutely.
Simple. It's that. It's literally that. It's that fucking simple.
Yep.
Is there anything else, if someone's listening or watching this and stuff, that you will like them to know as far as you go? You know what I mean? Obviously, I want you to, say your Instagram again, make sure they check you out. But like, is there anything else besides the fact that you don't want to keep doing girl heads only, that you want to let, the listeners or even other tattooers know?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I just like the vent. And I think this was a good opportunity to do that. You know what I'm saying? And I think these conversations need to happen. I think people need to stop being afraid of saying things that that maybe might be deemed taboo within the tattoo community, for speaking out or having an opinion that maybe goes against, the old guard or even the new guard, like whatever, man, like whatever the gatekeeping shit that keeps us from saying what we got to say, like, somebody needs to say it. Like, and I think more conversations like this need to happen. Like I honestly do. And I think it's cool, man, that you are giving like a spotlight to like Phoenix tattooing. I think Phoenix is an incredibly talented city for tattooing. It's extremely underrated in my opinion. Like there's fucking incredible talent out here. And, I think we need to have more of that. And I think we need to highlight it, and I think people need to know that, like, it's okay to have an opinion. It's okay to not fucking agree with me, like whatever, man, I think ultimately at the end of the day, like, I'm just here to do good tattoos, and, that's it. And, this shit's my life, man. I fucking love it. And like you said, like, you don't know many people that love it more than you. It's the same, man. Like I fucking love this shit. So if you also love tattooing too, like, hit me up, like I want to have these conversations. I want to talk with more people about this stuff, I want younger tattooers to not feel afraid to like talk to somebody or even to like talk to me. I don't go out a lot. I don't drink. I'm not at the bars anymore, you know, but like I think young tattooers have just as much foot in the door as somebody who's been in it for 15, 20, 30 years. And I don't think there should ever be a reason why we shouldn't accept that. So, you know, if there's one thing I want to say, it's like, you know, young tattooers and people new to tattooing are what's pushing this shit forward. And it makes me feel, you know, like this is new all the time. And I'm constantly like falling back in love with tattooing. And, you know, I just want people to know that it's okay to fucking reach out. It's okay to ask questions. What's the worst that's going to happen? Someone's going to say no.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn. Bro, fucking perfection right there. That's tight. There's very few people with that mindset. But I think very few people take a look and step back and realize they're not wanting to share knowledge. They're not wanting to share information with newer people. But guess what? If we don't do that, that's when tattooing dies.
Yeah, absolutely.
We need the new people.
Yep.
Share the knowledge. I think it's weird, and you don't respect what you really do if you're willing to just hold it on so that when you pass, no one else gets it.
Yeah.
I want this shit to continue forever. I want this shit to last way longer than me.
I want to teach people how to treat it right. You know, like I want you to know how to treat tattooing the right way.
People are gonna do it.
Yeah.
People are gonna tattoo, whether you want them or not.
Yeah.
It's help them do it the right way, or let them go out and do it the wrong way, and you know, make a bad name for us or create a bad path for someone else.
Yeah. So
it's literally there's no in between. Help them, they respect it, they get better. You know, the tattooing evolves, or don't help them and you don't know what direction it should go.
Yeah.
But guess what? It's just, if you won't teach them, someone else will.
Yep. Fucking hell yeah, man.
You know what I mean? So
yeah,
we are here at the Tat Chat Podcast Studio, and make sure to give a follow to his Instagram, which is
Aaron Riddle Tattoos.
Check him out, man. Like he said, if you guys have any questions, you guys want to just have a conversation, make sure to reach out. And I'm sure we'll be crossing paths again soon. So we'll see you next time.